Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday.
Hello.
Yay!
Welcome to our second episode of Sick Call. With us again, we have our complete team. With us this morning, we have Major Fernandez,
Hello, everyone.
Sergeant First Class Michelle Phillips,
Good morning.
Staff Sergeant McMenamy,
Hey, good morning.
and I am, of course, Sergeant First Class Cube. This week, we have the privilege of live streaming the reappointment of Second Lieutenant Stephen Anderson and his commission onto active duty during our segment. Welcome, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
So, sir, we appreciate you taking time out of your class schedule today to be with us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Second Lieutenant Stephen Anderson. I'm currently going to school at Western University of Health Sciences down in Pomona, California. So my wife and I and our two little boys, we live in Rancho Cucamonga. I'm originally from Michigan, but came to school by way of Arizona. I've been living there for most of my life. So I've got a foot in both of those. But we're happy to be living in Southern California right now. It's beautiful weather and, with everything that's going on right now, we're not experiencing too much of that. But yeah, normally living in Southern California has been great. So we've really been enjoying ourselves.
Hey, sir, go blue, just so you know. From Michigan, too, so I got to go blue.
Perfect.
So, sir, so why did you end up choosing the Army Health Professional Scholarship Program?
Yeah, so for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. So I've spent some time in the Army already. I was a member of the Army National Guard for the last 8 years or so, and I had thought about applying for the 4-year HPSP scholarship, but because of the fact that I'm a second-year applicant to dental school, so I applied to dental school once and didn't get in. And I realized that to apply for the 4-year HPSP, I had to apply concurrently while I was trying to get into school. And anyway, because of the fact that I hadn't got in the first year, I was kind of discouraged. I didn't apply for the 4-year scholarship. But then I was fortunate enough to see Sergeant McMenamy on campus one day and talk to him about it. And he was able to give me some information about the 3-year scholarship. And I was able to apply for and got that. And so for me, the HPSP has always been something that's been in the back of my mind. And then once I got the ball rolling, it was something that I really wanted to do. And so yeah, I'm just excited to have the opportunity.
Sir, you brought up some very valid points because we see folks apply for the scholarship program from all spectrums of life. And because you're more of a non-traditional student and you went through some different trials and tribulations that many will also experience, what are some things that you can share with our viewers that helped you be a more competitive applicant that maybe they can use while they're moving forward?
Yeah, for sure. So I would definitely tell anybody that's applying either to the HPSP or to dental school to really take the application into your own hands. So a lot of times there are boxes to check, right? Like you've got to get this together. You got to send in your DAT. You got to send in all your paperwork, etc. You have to get everything together. And the first time I applied, I just kind of went through those steps, and I didn't really go out of my way to get things going.
Uh-oh, looks like we're having some technical difficulties over there.
Sorry, guys. It looks like I froze there for a second. Can everybody hear me?
You're back, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I hope I didn't get cut out for too long. Anyway, all I was saying was a lot of times we let things go. And really for me, what helped was kind of taking things into my own hands. So when I applied the second time around, I made sure to talk to deans. I made sure to write letters of intent. I made sure to call and follow up about my interview process, et cetera. It was something I really wanted to take advantage of.
Sir, how does your wife feel about this decision? Oh, froze again.
Beauty of live broadcast, folks. After, hopefully he'll be back with us shortly, but
There you go.
you're back, sir.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening here. I'm getting cut out left and right. Sorry.
That's right.
I think it's because it's Friday, so it's ready to go home.
Hey, sir, how does your wife feel about the decision?
So let me start by saying I'm really excited to be part of the HPSP, the Army HPSP program. With as excited as I am, I'm pretty sure my wife is even more so excited than me. She's very excited. Both of us are very debt adverse, and so the HPSP is something that we've been looking at from the very beginning because of the fact that it's funny to say that you're debt adverse and that you want to be a dentist because of the fact that those two things don't typically go together, right? Being a dentist is one of the more indebted professions that there is. Dental school is expensive. Dental practices are expensive, and so for us, it was a big motivator was looking for ways to get out of dental school with as little debt as possible. And so the HPSP for both my wife and I was something that we were really excited about.
Nice. Those are some great points, sir. So what the scholarship is a great program for students. So could you tell us a little bit about the incentives you're receiving for accepting the scholarship?
Sure. Yeah. So for me, being a 3-year applicant, I get to take advantage of 3 years worth of tuition and fees being paid for by the Army, as well as a monthly stipend. So that monthly stipend gets adjusted every year due to like cost of living. The Army's got a cost of living increase that it recalculates every year. But right now the stipend is right around $2,300, a little bit north of $2,300 a month. So I'll get that every month, as well as the Army's going to pay for all of my tuition and fees. And I think anybody that's applying to dental school realizes that there's a pretty vast array of how much dental school is going to cost based on the school that you go to. But I happen to go to one of the more expensive schools. Western University is a private university. And so there's a big difference between the tuition at a private school and tuition at, let's say, a public school or a state school. And so one big benefit for me is I was kind of afraid, like, oh, well, I might not be really considered, or I won't be considered as likely to get the scholarship because of the fact that my school is so much more expensive. I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that the Army doesn't take that into account. So whether you're at a public school or a private school, the Army just looks at the applicant and not necessarily how much they're going to have to shell out in tuition.
What are you looking forward to most about being an Army dentist, sir? I think it's me.
Well, sorry.
I think it's the best.
Through that last statement, but all I was saying is the Army doesn't care how much it's going to have to pay in tuition. It's just looking at the applicant.
Hey, sir, what are you looking most about being an Army dentist? What are you looking forward to most?
So yeah, that's a good question. So like I said, I've been in the Army for a little while now, and I've had the opportunity to be, I've had an opportunity to be a private in the Army and work my way up to where I was an NCO and now having commission. It's fun to be able to look back at, when I interact with younger soldiers now, and look at how I can influence them. So I think the thing I'm most excited about being an Army dentist is interacting with those younger soldiers, showing them, hey, listen, just because somebody's wearing an officer's rank or an NCO rank, it doesn't mean that they're there to yell at you, to scare you. We're here to help. Also, I think that Army dentistry, military dentistry in general, kind of has a little bit of a negative stigma, and I'd like to try to reduce that if I can. I'd like to go in and provide, some world-class service and treatment to patients.
You definitely will affect the readiness, as a dentist, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
The PHAs for us. Nice kidding.
So, sir, we really appreciate your insight into the applicant's perspective on the scholarship program. And without further ado, sir, we will now have Major Fernandez administer your oath of office.
Great. Sounds
All
good.
right, LT. Ready to take that lead?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go. Raise your right arm and repeat after me. Everybody attention. Okay, so I state your name.
I, Stephen Anderson,
Having been appointed an officer
having been appointed an officer
in the Army of the United States,
in the Army of the United States,
in the rank of second lieutenant,
in the rank of second lieutenant,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservations
without any mental reservation
and purpose of evasion,
and purpose of evasion,
and that I will
and that I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You may lower your right hand.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Congrats,
our
sir.
newest second lieutenant active duty in the U.S. Army. Lord,
Congratulations,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Welcome to the team once again.
Yes, welcome to the team, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Hopefully, I can be more productive in real life than I have been on this conference.
You can't account for technology, sir. It's all good.
But hey, thanks for having me on, guys. This has been really cool. It's been a really special thing. So thanks a lot for inviting me on.
Thank
been our
you.
pleasure.
Thank you,
Been our
sir.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, before we end, I wanted to do a birthday shout out to my son Tristan. So he has his birthday this weekend. So I want to do a shout out to him. And again, thank you, sir, for joining us, for allowing us to share this special moment with our viewers. And
Pleasure. Thanks for having me on. Really, it's been cool.
and thank you to our viewers for logging in and being with us today. Next week, we will have Captain Bobby Hawthorne with us to talk about all things Army physical therapy. Please join us every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Sick Call right here on our YouTube channel.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again, guys.
See you later.